Welcome to the Passionzone video on the operation of the Securepay facility. This will allow you to accept credit card payments at your party. You would have previously received a username and password sent to you on an email. So you'll need that to log in. And on your first login you should change the existing username and password to something that you're going to remember. The system is quite easy to use, and I'm sure after you've used it once or twice you'll soon get the hang of it. So the first thing you need to do is, on your phone, tablet, laptop, whatever device you're going to use to take the payments, web address, which is www.securepay.com.au. Once there, you would go up to the merchant login. Click the merchant login. You're then taken to another screen. Once you get to this screen, a handy way of doing it is to go up and save the login page, this page, to your favourites. Just go in and add to favourites. That way you'll be able to come back to this screen quickly and easily anytime you want to use the Securepay facility in the future. It'll be much easier to get to. Okay, so at this point you need to enter the merchant ID. The merchant ID is PZC. The username is the username that you would have received on the email. For the exercise we're going to put my user, then obviously your password. Login. At this point it's worth noting that if you're using a mobile phone, the screen may look slightly different, and in subsequent screens may be slightly different also. They don't quite have the detail. You can have a look at what it looks like on a mobile device by clicking on the mobile merchant login, and as you can see it looks slightly different, but not a lot. It's asking you for the same details. Okay, now that you've logged in, you're taken to the Take a Payment Cards screen, which is a screen where we enter the customer's credit card information. You can see that the account that the money will be deposited to is already set there, and we have some other fields that need filling in. And first of all, it's the payer, payor. In this field you just type the customer name, or the name that's going to be on the invoice. Joe Blogs. The credit card number goes in here, the expiry date, the CVV number, and the name on the card. So the name on the card, you might be thinking, well, that'll be the same as the payer. Well, in most cases, yes, that's correct. Only time it won't be is if somebody is paying someone else's bill with their credit card and they're going to pay them back down the track. So you need to fill that in for both occasions, or you could be the husband's credit card. But either way, you need the name that is on the card. It's got to be in that field. transaction reference will be the invoice number on the invoice that the customer will be receiving on the night. The amount is obviously the total amount of the sale. Email receipt, most important. You need to tick the email receipt and type in the customer's email address. That way they're going to get a copy of their receipt on an email. Just one other thing, you do not need to tick the Save Pay or box. You do not tick that box. As I mentioned earlier, if you're using a mobile device, mobile phone, tablet, some of these fields may not come up. You do have an optional screen below the card number on a mobile phone. It says Show Optional. You press the Show Optional and that opens up the CVV field, the name on the card field and the email field. As we want to record all those, you need to show those optional fields, and you also have a button there to send receipt on an email. So it works the same as the email receipt tick box that you tick down here. So after pressing the continue button, it's asking you to confirm the payment details, at which point you'll double check you've got the credit card numbers are correct, expiry date, and everything is correct. You now press the pay button and the sale is processed. And most important that when you press the button that you ensure that you get an approval back and a green tick, not a decline and a red cross. Obviously if it's a red cross, the payment hasn't been successful and the customer needs to pay some other way. Whether they sort the problem out later in the week, but at that point in time no deposit has been received or no payment has been received.